Once in the ancient city of Shravasti, there lived a talented sculptor named Channa. He was famous for his beautiful statues, but he often doubted himself. He worried that his work was not good enough and feared what others might think. One day, Channa heard that the Buddha was visiting Shravasti. Curious about the Buddha's wisdom, he decided to seek his advice. He went to the place where the Buddha was teaching and waited patiently for his turn to speak. When his moment came, Channa approached the Buddha and bowed deeply. "Great teacher, I am a sculptor, and even though people praise my work, I always doubt myself. I fear my creations are never perfect, and I am scared of being judged. How can I overcome these feelings?" The Buddha listened to Channa's words and smiled kindly. "Channa, your talent is a gift, but your self-doubt clouds your mind. Let me share a story with you." The crowd, intrigued, leaned in to listen. Once there was a young sculptor named Nanda who loved to create statues. He dreamed of crafting masterpieces but was always full of doubt. He feared his sculptures would never be good enough and that others would criticize him. One day, Nanda decided to visit a wise old man who lived on a nearby mountain. After a long journey, he found the old man meditating by a stream. Nanda told him about his fears and doubts, hoping for help. The old man listened and then handed Nanda a rough, uncut stone. "Take this stone and carve a beautiful statue from it," the old man said. Nanda was puzzled, but accepted the challenge. He worked hard, chipping away at the stone, but his self-doubt nagged at him with every strike of the chisel. Days turned into weeks, and still, he was not happy with his work. One evening, tired and frustrated, Nanda was ready to give up. He sat by the stream, looking at the unfinished statue. The old man came over and asked, "Why do you look so troubled, young sculptor?" "I cannot create a perfect statue," Nanda replied. "No matter how hard I try, I see flaws and imperfections. I am afraid of failing." The old man nodded and said, "Come with me." He led Nanda to a nearby grove where a large, twisted tree stood. Its trunk was bent, and its branches were uneven. "Do you see this tree?" the old man asked. "It is not straight or symmetrical, yet it provides shade, shelter, and beauty. Its imperfections make it unique and valuable." Nanda stared at the tree, realizing the wisdom in the old man's words. "Just like this tree, your art does not need to be perfect," the old man continued. "Your self-doubt is blocking your creativity. Embrace your imperfections and let go of the fear of judgment. Only then will you find true expression." Inspired by the old man's wisdom, Nanda returned to his work with a new perspective. He embraced his flaws and allowed his creativity to flow freely. In time, he completed the statue, and it was more beautiful than he had ever imagined. Nanda returned to his village, no longer burdened by self-doubt. He continued to create, understanding that true art came from the heart, not from the fear of judgment. The Buddha paused and looked at Channa with kind eyes. "Channa, like Nanda, you must embrace your imperfections and let go of the fear of judgment. Your self-doubt stops your true potential. Trust in your abilities and create from the heart. Only then will you find the peace and happiness you seek." Channa felt a profound sense of relief and clarity. He thanked the Buddha and returned to his workshop with renewed determination. He no longer sought perfection, but embraced his unique style, creating masterpieces that inspired many. In your life, self-doubt may frequently arise, yet true creativity and fulfillment emerge when you accept imperfections and trust in your abilities. Like Channa and Nanda, who learned to release their fear of judgment and create from the heart, you too can discover peace and happiness. For listening to more stories that Buddha lived, subscribe to our channel and live blessed.